This is a Crazy Cow video! Okay. Women's rights were good to a degree, but they were abused by the administration. Instead of just allowing women who needed to get divorced because their husbands beat them and their children, or who had husbands who were constantly running around on their wives, allowing the wives to work, which they badly needed, the corporations and Bush administration took advantage of the situation and made it necessary for all women to work just so that families could provide for their families. Now, one single mother working is about the same as when divorced mothers tried to work to support their children back in the 50s, because it takes two incomes to survive now. Although women have made it far in the workplace, one income is rarely enough for her to survive and support her children. Plus, parental supervision has been taken from the children. In the 60s and 70s, people thought of others besides themselves. We tried to help one another whenever we could. Now, I'm not advocating illegal drug use. I am advocating legalizing a drug that shouldn't have been made illegal in the first place. The 80s brought about the I, me, mine philosophy, where people cared more about themselves than others. Greed was the new key word. Love, hope, and peace were thrown out the window for corporate and self-gain. Music ceased having melody, and they talked about killing for drugs and pimping the hoes on the street. Drugs were taken for the sole purpose of getting high. The administration of George W. Bush seemed to go right along with this philosophy. Death for all, ignoring Osama to go after Saddam, whose country didn't attack us, just because Saddam and his daddy had a huge disagreement. Protecting Osama because of his ties to the Arab oil sheiks. Speaking against Muslims like Hitler spoke against the Jews. George W. seems to want us to go back to the way it was in the 50s. Overruling habeas corpus was a major strike against freedom in the Constitution. And we, the children of the 60s and 70s, don't want to take it anymore. We want better for our children. That's all I have to say about that, for now. Right-wing Christians have been taught things that go against Christ's teachings. They condemn people who are doing things wrong and refuse to associate with them. They seem to have forgotten about Christ's love and forgiveness. They have become intolerant of others. The Christian right is neither Christian nor right. Love, hope, peace, and Christ be with you. Kal-El and Swissy.